Hi, we're Liberty Knits. I'm Izzy.
I'm Dari.
And I'm Adelina.
And let's get started.
Okay, so this is a podcast about all things crafty. We'll start with finished objects. I have two. So I decided that I needed to work on making some clothes. So I made McCall's pattern M7313.
Bring it up a little closer so you can see. Look at that.
This dress here, I made it with the short sleeves in a little bit longer length. And this is the fabric. It's going to be hard for you to see because it's kind of just one big mess. It's a little bit too hot to wear right now. But I made some alterations. I brought the waistline up. But it's a nice flowy, it'll look good for the fall, and I loved the pattern. It was very, very easy. It's a learn to sew for fun. It has a little thin elastic waistline, so I recommend that pattern highly. The only thing that's tricky is you make it out of knit fabric, which can sometimes be a bit futzy when you're trying to pin it and that kind of stuff. But overall, 2 thumbs up for that one. The next thing that I finished were my monkey socks out of Wollonvine yarn. So there they both are. I showed them in progress last time. This is Mystery from Wollonvine's The Gory Details Yarn Club. Love them. They're great. And they'll be great socks for fall because they have little holes in them. Next.
Okay. I don't think I have any finished objects. No, I have a sort of finished object. I'm not sure if I want to be done with... See, I don't have any knitting things that I finished because I'm a slow knitter, but I have this painting that I did that, well, maybe, oh boy. It's a moon face. All in watercolor, on watercolor paper. And maybe if we get our Etsy shop up, do we have our Etsy shop up?
Not yet.
Okay, at some point I want to put this up in our Etsy shop.
No, you can't have it.
But I worked hard on it. It's got a lot of colors.
It's beautiful.
It's a moon.
Nice.
I like the moon.
Okay.
I have no finished ones.
Okay. Then we can move on to whips, works in progress. I started another sock. So with the inspiration of the dress, I decided that I wanted to make short ankle socks that sort of match so that I can wear them together. So I chose the yarn from Diabolical. So it's not kind of matchy-matchy, but it still has that same sort of maroon wine color in it.
I like that color. It's so pretty.
So it kind of is running through there. I wanted lace socks. This is a free pattern. So I chose Mercury Socks by Kim McKenzie. It's a free pattern. It is a top down. I'm doing them toe up. And I'm only going to do a little cuff so that I can wear them with little Mary Janes for work. So I have one almost done. I started them yesterday, so obviously a very easy pattern. And I really like the way they're knitting up. Hopefully I'll have the first one done today.
Okay, yeah. I have some progress on my Stephen West shawl that I showed last time. It's a tangled mess right now. But I finished section 3, section 4, and I'm in the middle of section 5 right here. I don't know if you can see, it's the stripy stripes. But this section took forever, and then this, once I was done that section, I was like, I need to do something else. So I started this and finished in like 2 days. It's a nice little section. And I'm super excited because I only have 1.5 sections left, and then I will just have to cast off, which is gonna take months.
It's an I-cord bind off, right?
Yeah.
So it is the entire perimeter
The entire
of
blanket.
right. it's like a slanket, schlanket. So
Yeah. So I'm working on that, trying to get that done before the end of summer so I can wear it to school. Tangled.
excellent.
Oh, yeah, I have more things. So, I have another painting. So,
You okay?
yeah,
That's
Don't.
Okay.
So this is another watercolor. It is an eyeball and a sunset and a lamp so far, but I want to add like a cityscape thing in front of the sunset maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I like the eyeball thing. I like eyes. They're my favorite. Let's see, this hopefully at some point will end up in our Etsy shop when that happens.
Nice.
Is that also watercolor?
Yeah, it's also watercolor. And then we have, this is a long time project. I know it looks real weird, but, so it's a pair of jeans. So there's a whole story behind these. I was trying to ride a dirt bike with some friends, fell off, tore the knee right here, but it was a really awkward tear. So I was like, I don't know what to do with these. So I decided to just paint them. And there's a lot of things on here. This is the front. All that. That's the right leg.
So you can see the detail. There's one of my favorites. Where's the little UFO? Awesome.
And then it's the back. Same thing. I've got some splatters, some drips, skeleton, and then the bottom of the legs. Let's do this. This works. I put a ton of flowers in there, and this is all acrylic on just whatever. I think they're like a Gap or Old Navy jeans, so they weren't too expensive. And I definitely want to do more of these in the future. They're awesome because it's really fun to just sit there and paint on a pair of jeans because you feel really bad. It's like, hey, I'm painting all over my clothes, but then it turns out really cool.
Look fantastic.
And I'm also with the patch. Oh, I had a patch. I think I tore it off because it was gonna fall off. Yeah, but I'll put those back on there at some point. But these, I've been working on them for months. One day I'll finish them. That day is not today. Yeah, those are my quips.
So, I'm still working on the hat. I don't know when it's going to be finished in a very, very, very long time. But
you can show the beautiful yarn yet again.
Just to show off that yarn.
I didn't knit at all in 3 weeks. I'm just going to be honest here, but it's still.
She's not in the mood. Let's see if we can show it. The light's better today, so look how beautiful that is. And the name of the
Magic Show.
Magic Show by Jinx Yarn.
Yeah.
So
Also working on a sewing pattern. The Simplicity is 1382 pattern. Doing just C, let's use that one, and yeah, it's going pretty good. I pinned the pieces down and start sewing.
excellent. I forgot a whip. So can we go back to me?
Sure.
I forgot to talk about my sweater that I had in progress.
Yeah, you made a lot of
Yeah, you
progress.
made-
I did. I finished the entire body. I have
Still the cutest project bag ever.
So here, it's all bunched up, obviously, because it's been shoved in a project bag. But here it is. Again, the pattern is I believe it's called the Quicksand. And it's a pay-for pattern, but it's by Heidi Kermeyer. So it's the Quicksand, and I'm using the Mighty Stitch by Knit Picks. Now, I did alter the pattern in that it didn't have any edging, and I bound it off, and it rolled like crazy. So I added a couple rows of seed stitch at the bottom and around the front. It's still gonna roll. This yarn, because it has so much acrylic in it, probably won't block out that, but we'll see. It's my first cardigan that I've done in a while, so we'll see how it goes. I now just have the sleeves left, and I believe I have 160 grams left.
That's
That's our dog Misty, who heard something, so hopefully she'll stop. 160 grams, so each sleeve, and hopefully I'll have enough to make them long sleeves. If not, I'll just make them 3/4. But hopefully by the next time you see me, I will have this done. I'm gonna try to do it in the round. I bought some little 12-inch needles. So that is my sweat, which I'm very excited about. Next.
That's whips. We done our finished projects. What do we have next?
I think don't we have favorites?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have a favorite this week. It is a show that we've been watching together. We're on season 3. It is the Great British Baking Show. It is the best thing you will ever watch, okay?
Very supportive.
Yeah.
They're very kind to each other.
Except Paul. Paul's like sassy.
Yeah. But not like in an American baking competition way where there's lots of sabotage and
No.
people are mean. And
No.
I mean, they're very supportive. When somebody leaves, there's lots of hugging and
Yeah. But
so.
it's a great show. Everybody's nice except Paul, who's the one judge. And he's just, oh, that sounds real interesting.
Right, but he's not mean, I would say.
He's just sarcastic.
Right, right.
And like shady. But show's great. It's lovely, and I want to make all these like weird, fancy British recipes.
Right, I agree. That's kind of inspired me to bake. Although it is hot, hot, hot here,
And we do not have air conditioning.
so it would be very
We're
difficult to
sweaty
bake.
and gross.
Yep. Favorite?
My favorite is in the freezer.
Okay.
We're in the kitchen. She's going to go get it.
Is it ice cream? Yes, it's ice cream. I want ice cream.
Me too. But I recently got spacers put in.
Her teeth.
In my teeth.
Yeah. She's gonna get braces.
So I've been eating ice cream because it's cold and you don't have to chew it. And the Ben and Jerry's The Tonight Dough is really, really delicious. But do I always pick food?
Yes.
Yes.
And I always pick entertainment things.
And I'm going to pick a knitting thing, although I don't have it here with me. So you finish talking about your ice cream, I'll go get my
So
favorite.
it's caramel and chocolate ice cream with chocolate cookie swirls, gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough, and peanut butter cookie dough.
It's amazing.
It is like
It's like eating, it's like when you make the cookies and then you eat like half the dough, but you don't tell anyone. So people are just like, why do you only have a 9 batch of cookies? But you're like, that's just how the recipe worked. It's like that.
it's so delicious.
That didn't really make sense, but it's like that.
Put this back in the freezer so it doesn't melt. Misty, you're always in the way.
Awesome. My favorite is the sock ruler. I heard about this on one podcast or another. I have a bazillion rulers, but this is an amazing tool for measuring socks. I used to count using a counter and just got to the point, Misty, please, that it was too hard. But the way this works is if I were to measure the heel, you put it in, it's got this lovely rounded, and then you can see how much you've knit. Centimeters on one side, inches on the other. I don't know what I would do without this. So my favorite is the sock ruler. If you Google it, you can find it. I believe I bought mine at one Etsy shop or another. So that's that for now. Books we're reading?
Oh yeah. Those are mine. I don't need the other two. Because I mentioned those last week, I think. But these are my 2 books for school. We have to read 3. I just finished the other one. It was called Your Blues Ain't Like Mine. And it was pretty okay. That's how I describe it. Not great, but pretty okay. So the first book I'm really excited about, it's called, oh boy, dropping everything everywhere. It's called Lights Out. And it's
Ted
Koppel. Koppel, I guess that's how you say it.
He was a news guy.
Yeah, and it's about, so it's like a researchy book, not like fiction or at all. It's about what would happen if we had a cyber attack that took out our power for an extended period of time, how America doesn't have the infrastructure to deal with that. And every time I look at it, it reminds me of John Green, because he's always talking about the pending apocalypse. And I want to send him this book and just be like, here you go, enjoy this. but I just started it. Like, I'm on the first page, but so far, pretty interesting. Like, it's making me fear for the impending loss of power that we're gonna get, maybe.
Great.
Yeah, and then the other one is one I'm less excited to read for school.
Though it fascinates me.
Once in a Great City, a Detroit story. From what you tell, it doesn't tell what happened to Detroit. It just tells like what happened before the bad stuff happened. So it's just like the fun stuff. Right now they're talking about like the Ford Rotunda, which is some weird building. Here, I can find the picture.
Maybe if you're from Detroit, you can tell us.
It's that like cylinder thing. So it's gonna be interesting. I hope it like talks about what happened, because I'd like to know that. I don't really care about like the gleaming American woo. I want to know like what went wrong. How could we prevent this happening to other places? You know. But there it is. Once in a Great City. If you'd like, if you're interested in Detroit, that's a book about it.
Excellent. Next.
So I started a new book. It's giant, but it's The 13 and a Half Lives.
Nice
Captain Bluebear.
bookmark.
Yes, thank you. I know.
It's a
Yeah,
tissue.
you should.
Because I yelled at her because she was folding the pages
No,
down.
that,
and so
that was
in
this
that
book.
And she didn't.
This is my other book, Fahrenheit 451. It's a school book. It's kind of meh.
Though a classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
I want to read it.
But The 13 and a Half Lives of Captain Bluebear, it is a book in a fantasy world set from the perspective of this blue bear. And there are a lot of strange characters. It has really fascinating art. I need to find one.
By the waves.
Okay.
I'm not sure if there's a copyright issue with showing things, so
Okay.
we have to be
Well.
careful about that.
Look. It's by Walter Mowers.
Great book. I've read it, and one of the other books by him. It's really interesting. He has a great storytelling voice, like tone.
Excellent.
And then the other book, which I just talked about.
We'll have to figure out the rules of the copyright thing, because I'm pretty sure that some of my favorite videos have been flagged by showing pictures of that other people. I don't know. Maybe we're wrong. We'll see what happens. We'll put it up. I don't have my books with me. I just finished The Martian. Even though I watched the movie twice, I decided that I would read it. And what a quick read that was. I really, really enjoyed it. I really liked the character. And it was still a page turner, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen. So that one was great. I also finished listening to a book called The Blue Thread. I'm not sure of the author, but meh. Very meandering story that really went nowhere. Not a lot of character development. Lots of sort of disjointed family history. I don't know who the author was, but I would say unless you like long meandering stories, not worth it. I listened to it. Maybe it would be better if I read it. That's our favorites. Coming up.
Oh, future projects. I'm about to start a dress. Sewing, not knitting a dress. That's a bit much, but it's pretty. It's light gray.
It's a little slip dress.
Yeah, it's light gray with silver birds on it. They're shiny.
And we got all our fabrics at Joann's.
Yeah.
So the fabric, she's starting the fabric that I used to get that dress from Joann's. For future projects for me, I'd like to make another dress, a different pattern, just trying to find patterns that work for my body type. So I'm going to try a different one and out of a woven fabric rather than a knit. So that's kind of coming up. Hopefully it'll be done. And I'd like to make some skirts.
We have another future project. I want to knit like a weird rainbowy, speckly shirt to go with my crazy pants. Just because I think it'd be really fun to look really weird at just,
Inspired by Sir
Stephen
Stephen West.
of course, like, when am I not? And yeah, I feel like that'd be real fun just to come into school wearing like knit, like dress shirt thing and painted pants.
Yeah.
Not gonna get anybody staring at me. No.
I am very inspired by the homemade wardrobe trend going on YouTube by Katie from Inside Number 23, or Jenny from Tiny Paper Foxes. I can't remember the name of her new podcast. They changed the name. But very inspirational, as well as Willenvine. So I'm trying to, now when I knit, rather than just picking my favorite yarn, picking something that will coordinate with something that I've made. So that's kind of either with socks or a shawl or that kind of thing. So that is where we are.
I'm sorry if I'm like bouncing my teeth together. That's because the spacers, they're little rubber bands, so they're very, very bouncy. So it's very hard not to just go, I'm not cold. I'm the opposite of cold. If it looks like I'm cold, I'm not cold. Keep that in mind.
We're not cold.
No, it is definitely
It's
very,
really
very warm. And
Humid.
I think we can all agree that our other favorite, we are putting an addition on our house and we are sitting in it right now. Our other favorite is that we can actually use our kitchen. It's not done, but we can use our kitchen.
It's usable.
Yeah.
Which it hasn't been for months.
Yeah.
So, with that, we are Liberty Knits. Thank you for watching, if you watched. We're going to try to be a little bit more regular. This was longer than what we'd like to, but kind of trying to coordinate the three of us to sit down. But we're going to try to do it every other Sunday, and then maybe move to every Sunday for recording, and then putting it up by Wednesday. Wednesday would be our posting date. So we're going to try for that from now on, and if we can keep our length to less than a half an hour, I think it's possible.
Woo!
So sorry it's a little rushed, but let's get to the information and the fun stuff. So we're Liberty Knits, and bye for now.
Bye.
Everything we mentioned in this video is in the description.
The doobly-doo. So,
Doobly.
yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.